PartinG. Should be a fantastic Protoss versus Terran between these two. Both of them coming off the back of a 3-0.
And I 100% refuse to accept it's going to be a 4-0 here today on either side of the ball. It's going to be a crazy, hard-fought match here for sure. If we're going to do predictions, I guess let's introduce the players first, though, huh?
Okay. Spawning down in the bottom left-hand side of the map, it is Nara, a.k.a. SpeCial. Just a little bit of shame for him for not having a ID or an account with his own ID.
And spawning in the top right, it's the blue Protoss player, PartinG. You may know him from Twitch.
You may, yes.
Possibly.
The bot, or just, you know, being generally good at StarCraft 2.
Or that, whatever, sure. All right, man, proxy here from Mr. SpeCial. Oh, boy.
Are we going to have time for predictions?
Let's do it real quick. I'm going to say PartinG 4-3.
Okay, I want to say... Okay, I'm being bold. 4-1 for PartinG.
4-1?
Yes.
That is bold.
I'll be pleasantly surprised if SpeCial turns it around. And I mean, he very well could do. Or just turn my prediction on its head. But, you know, maybe I'm not feeling the best for SpeCial since he's proxying right next to PartinG's base. He's just being a little bit dirty, you know? It's just SpeCial. Anyway.
Winged Helix in chat asking, where's the Dorito emoticon?
On Afreeca? That's a good question.
It's a good question.
I feel like we can't just have a Dorito emoticon. We should have one of the Afreeca, like the characters holding a Dorito or a bag of Doritos or something.
That works. I think that works just fine. All right, man. Chrono boosting the Adept. It's going to be here in time to really shoo this Reaper away. You have about 4 seconds to do something, Reaper man. You're going to get that kill. Controlled by PartinG is disgustingly good. Look at him pull these probes
beautiful.
back. And then the Adept shows up. Reaper gets nothing done. It's reminiscent of ZVT, where those Lings get pulled back as they get wounded, but using probes for it is really gutsy.
Reaper jumps on out. PartinG, of course, is like, wait, that was a pretty early Reaper, so he should be getting ready for a potential next one. That Adept is shading after this Reaper, but, oh, actually, shades right on by. Gonna be crossing the map. 2 Reapers now in the base of PartinG right now. SpeCial, though, gonna micro these back. As this is going on, though, you may have noticed PartinG's Adept just shaded right across the map. He's got a plan in mind.
You're going to shut down that natural LaughNgamez. That's exactly what we're going for, and nothing is going to be able to stop this.
He is indeed, and I love Protoss players who just who love destroying Terran's naturals. It's just Terran's naturals are pretty vulnerable things. That being said, SpeCial is doing a good job dealing with this. He's got the 2 Reapers and the Hellion, which are more than enough to shoo away just the 1 Adept.
Yeah, kept the SCV alive, too. Didn't get that 3rd shot, which was really nicely done.
Yeah, so we're seeing this sort of back and forth tempo between these 2 great players. It's not just like one of them's getting a definitive advantage in. We're seeing
that Adept has 4 hit points, and she manages to get away.
Oh, those Reapers. They're still sharking about.
Thinking about trying to hop up here. The Adept is going to hold. Oh, KDA charge whiffs on absolutely nothing there. It's going to be a Cyclone production back home for SpeCial. And an Observer coming in for PartinG.
Yeah, an Observer off the back of that Robo. PartinG, interestingly enough, still just on the 1 gateway so far, which is interesting as a Protoss player. He'll probably want to get up 1 or 2 more of those later on. For now, though, just getting out that very quick Robo with a very quick Observer. These 2 Reapers do jump into his base zone. PartinG a little bit slow to react there. These guys are going to get on into his main base and get all the scouting they need. Maybe pick off a probe or 2. Ooh, PartinG actually misclicks there with his Stalker. Shoots his own probe, I believe.
But all the Reapers end up getting killed. 3 probes go down. No more scouting for you. And PartinG throws up 3rd base behind this to the south of his natural. Cloak Banshee on the way from SpeCial here, too. That is your first cloak available. Observer's already out, which is really useful. Stalker count pretty healthy here, too. Really, no sign of additional gateways. As you mentioned, this is very strange. Really want to get that 3rd up very fast. Might pay for it by not having adequate defense back home versus this Banshee.
Yeah, He does have an observer that's going to be in position, and it might actually see this Banshee, which would be absolutely huge for PartinG to react. And he should be seeing that if he's paying attention. That Banshee just flew right on by. PartinG, though, warps in one Stalker. Hasn't started another observer or anything just yet, though. And this is a cloaked Banshee.
Yep, that cloak is done. We are here. We are ready to rock. There are no shield batteries. But the Observer is coming back home. The Banshee's staying alive here. SpeCial lost a couple of these versus MC. I'm not sure he wants to do that versus PartinG here. Keeping those Banshees alive as long as possible is going to be a really annoying thorn in PartinG's side for sure. But yeah, really even stuff. 64 to 61 total supply. 45 to 41 worker supply. 20 to 19 army supply. It's just crazy. Cloak Banshee does find a couple free probes here at the third. Saturating that third with no defense there seems a little bit risky. And PartinG pays for it with a couple of his workers' lives. The Stalker's trying to keep stuff here in the natural base if at all possible. He's got a Twilight Council on the way, probably for Blink to deal with this. Another probe goes down at that third base. And really, this Banshee getting way too much work done with 3 kills already.
Yeah, that's 9 probes in total to the Banshees. And just getting a lot of work done there. Well, 9 in total this game. And PartinG, the way he opened up, dealt with the first Reaper was very clean, but just being pulled apart a little bit. That being said, he's not in a terrible situation since he's just continuously probing on up here to absorb that loss a little bit. Getting up Colossus on the way, which is very nice to see. Blink, so going for that Blink Colossus opening, which I personally am a huge fan of. As far as the way Protoss play goes.
Yeah, opening up and then following it up with that splash damage, really important for sure. And we see 6-minute Colossus.
Yeah, I love it. Just because of the way that it sort of forces the Terran to react. But oh man, here comes in SpeCial, the 2 Banshees. Pick off another probe. They do get actually pushed away, thanks to that Observer coming on in.
Yeah, once again, trying to keep these Banshees alive as long as he can. Third base, about halfway complete for SpeCial at this point. Working on Stim, working on Combat Shield and +1 attack. Looks like he's moving out for an attack here. Trying to take a bit of an unrecognized position, but there's an Observer right hot on the tail of that army.
Right you are. That Terran army has been spotted. So PartinG going to move into position. His 1 Colossus and a few Stalkers, enough to deal with just like one or two Medivacs worth of bio.
Oh, Lance just finished too, like right now. That's huge. Weapons level 1 finishing. SpeCial might have been waiting for that timing to actually get this thing on going, but with these Colossus, I just don't know that he wants to go in. The Banshees do get picked off. Ooh, one of them anyway. The other one decloaks and manages to live.
But look at that. That was SpeCial trying to create an opening. Did it a little bit, but PartinG not being pulled apart here, and we're already having ourselves a very close game so far this series. PartinG blinks forward, picks off a single Marauder. Of course, every little advantage matters here, and he does manage to push SpeCial away.
Yep, so far so good. Working on Viking production here now is SpeCial to deal with those Colossus. What's something you want to be doing here for sure. But I don't know if we're going to wait for the Vikings to come out, SpeCial. We are right here at your third base. You got a single tank does get picked off. And the blink away there. Nice force field catching some Marines. There's a free Marauder if they want it, bugging out there between those force fields. But no, not interested actually. Banshee doing some work back home in PartinG's natural base. Stalkers defending against that pretty effectively, chasing away at the very least. And PartinG pulling back to the more of the mid-section of the map. Yeah, man. Banshee takes a shot.
Oh, these Banshees are being a pain in the side of PartinG. They do get cleaned up now, though. And PartinG now teching into that Templar Archives. And compared to, like, the SpeCial versus MC PvT we saw, PartinG's just playing a much, much cleaner game. He's coming on in. He's bullying SpeCial a little bit here. He's might have overextended a little bit due to all these Vikings and all this bio. Kiting away, though. A lot more Stalkers coming on in.
Torn apart
man,
here,
yeah.
The Vikings are taking out the Colossus quite nicely.
But look at
the
this,
Stalkers
though.
are not.
The bio is thinning out a little bit, but PartinG does have to retreat due to those Marauders.
Yeah, the Stalkers were worried about the Marauders. They couldn't really focus on the Vikings at all, but PartinG used the opportunity to expand behind it there. Is working on +2 armor, getting an Immortal out here too into the mix, and an Armory in production for SpeCial. Likely just going to be for that 3-3, which eventually he's going to try to get. He's only on 1-1 and not going for 2-2 yet. Might fall behind in upgrades a little bit here. But man, Marauders against Stalkers is just not fair. Those Marauders are going to tear through those Stalkers, no problem.
Yeah, eventually it reaches a point in which you can't even try and micro versus the Marauders because they just put out so much damage in such a high number. PartinG's looking for a bit of counter damage here. Comes on in, the single missile turret of SpeCial, not going to cut it, so we could be seeing some Zealots get on in here. They're going to have to unload, though, as the Vikings are coming on in. Oh, beautiful.
The cancel and all that warp and everybody dies. The Vikings doing work today.
Yeah, just look at this. This is such a back-and-forth PvT, and this is making me excited for the series, let me tell you. They've both been making moves against each other. They've been getting small, tiny victories here and there, but these guys are just seeming so evenly matched. No one's getting in a definitive blow or anything like that.
Yeah, no one's really taken all that much damage. About 4,000 resources lost for each player. PartinG is finishing up Storm, which is huge for him. With the amount of bile that's on the ground for SpeCial right now, warping in Zealots, getting speed. That's speed for his observers or for his warp prisms?
Okay, Protoss fans, now's the time to know. Warp prisms it is.
There we go.
I think you could ask a lot of Protoss on the names of the upgrades or the icons, and even they wouldn't know.
They'd be like, it's just so darn similar, and they're both for speed.
Oh, nice counter on a fourth base from SpeCial by PartinG with a few Zealots there. Looks like Liberator harassment getting a nice bit of damage done. PartinG will clean that up, though.
Yep, Stalkers.
And look at that. These guys just getting a little bit of damage. And
yeah, Zealot's getting cleaned out, taking maybe a couple Marauders, but not doing much work otherwise. Coming on up, the Liberator count is getting kind of insane.
Yeah, it is. That's for sure. We're reaching this point, though, in which it's just... This has been such a passive PvT, everything considered. I mean, no one's been getting in big amounts of damage. These guys are really evenly matched. The way the game's panning out, the SpeCial is kind of being forced to sit back a little bit because of PartinG's aggressive tendencies here. And we're seeing PartinG now getting a big Zealot warping into the main base of SpeCial. Actually going to target down the Ghost Academy.
And he's going to get it. He's going to get the Ghost Academy. Oh, interesting.
Oh, and PartinG hits the third base as this is going on. He's got a few High Templar, but he picks off the Ghosts. Blinks forward, picks off a Liberator. PartinG is starting to get small victories in versus SpeCial. Picks off the Command Center.
Takes it down. Ghost Academy dies, but the Zealots that killed it are there.
Step forward too. Psystorm going down on some of the bio. PartinG looking to pick off Liberators. Might have overstayed his welcome a little bit, but that overstimmed bio getting shredded. GG, PartinG takes game number 1.
Taking down that third base, plus the Storms are there, plus sniping the Ghost Academy. SpeCial is not interested in sticking around for any more StarCraft. Not in that particular matchup. He tapped out, says it's best of 7. It's just game 1. Let's just go ahead and win game 2 and get back on track here. But yeah, really great game from PartinG. Just looking on point. Yeah, just watching that back. He's got Immortals. The Stalkers picked off that Orbital Command. They're picking off Liberators. The Storm is killing the bio as soon as it wanders in. The Vikings are useless in the situation. They're trying to land, but they're taking Storms too. It's just not a good situation at all for SpeCial. Yeah, man, losing that third base against PartinG's 4 bases where he's totally happy and unbothered was just going to be a hard place to come back from. And he decided to tap out. Again, it's a best of 7. It's a long series. I know that LaughNgamez predicted a 4-1 victory for PartinG, but SpeCial might have something to say about that.
I think SpeCial can get himself in a aggressive victory or something, but that was a fantastic fantastic first game between the two of them.
Super excellent. PvT fans probably pretty happy. But yeah, that view count is getting up around, it was nudging close to 400 there a second ago. We always get a bit of a drop off between games, but hopefully we'll get up to that 400, 500 count before the end of the series. Give us a big, long macro game, guys. Give us a huge, long PvT with Tempests and Carriers and maybe some Battle Cruisers and Vikings. It'd be a lot of fun. Just do that for us.
Absolutely. On that note, guys, by the way, make sure to let your friends know everything that this great StarCraft is going on over here at Afreeca. We've been doing it a fair while now. So, not a bad way to spend a Friday night, that's for sure. You're a big StarCraft fan like us.
Definitely not. I can think of a lot worse ways. A lot worse ways to try that. Or spend your Saturdays.
Okay, here we are. Spawning
Saturday
down the
Saturdays
bottom
in some
right.
places.
It's Narat, aka SpeCial, or better known as SpeCial, and once again, he's moving out with an SCV. He likes that proxy barracks.
Indeed he does. Top left, he probably knows it's coming. It's PartinG.
Oh, yeah, he knows, or at least has an idea. PartinG really scouting out here.
Yeah, he's looking. That probe is putting in work, but unfortunately going the wrong direction, and that's just...
No. Is PartinG going to go for a Nexus first?
He is saving up those minerals, LaughNgamez. He's got 300. He's over 300.
Oh,
He's not building anything else.
I feel so bad for him, though, because he's scouting for a proxy barracks so hard. And he's like, all right, I'm going to go for a greedy build, but I'm going to be safe when I do it. But not safe enough, because SpeCial is going to be hitting him with this proxy barracks. And
how would you ever feel safe in a PvT to go for a Nexus first? You know the odds of a proxy are about 80%.
It's a gamble, I guess. And a gamble that's going to be hurting real bad for PartinG, I believe. I mean, maybe we'll see some fantastic probe micro and he won't lose a single worker or something just because he's that good. But
I don't know. Is he going for a
SpeCial throw something else up?
Is he going to try to throw up a factory here? It looks like he is. He's going for a factory. Yeah, there we be. So maybe like a cyclone next. Oh, that'd be so bad. That would be so bad for PartinG. A quick cyclone. Ugh.
Yeah.
All right, so there's your wall, which is useful.
Absolutely. Wait, is it? I feel like I say this at least once every series in this tournament. Okay, no, it's not. I should have known better. SpeCial gets on in here, though, and PartinG hasn't started anything. He hasn't made a zealot because he's completely unaware of this, so this is going to hurt for the Protoss player.
This is a Reaper's dream come true. What's that? You want me to go into a Protoss base and there's only probes? Yes, I will. Thank you very much. Can I do it again tomorrow?
Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, I was about to say, like, oh, this is massive damage, and... You know how you asked for a quick macro game? Or a long macro game?
They heard, and they were like, no. You know what? SpeCial had no interest in that at all.
Too many storms, he said. We have heard your request, and we have denied it.
Yeah. Somebody in chat was like, SpeCial hasn't even gone for an all-in, but he didn't need to. This wasn't an all-in. This was just a proxy barracks and a factory. He didn't even need the factory tech.
Okay. I mean, that's why SpeCial proxy barracks, I guess. Maybe to try and catch greedy PartinGs.
PartinG, he's just got to be sitting there shaking his head right now. Like, what did I just do? Why did I go Nexus first against SpeCial? Yeah. I mean, maybe a lesser Terran with worse Reaper control would have been able to do much there, but not SpeCial. SpeCial has spent many an hour perfecting his Reaper control, and it is extremely scary and top tier for sure.
Okie dokie, it looks like everyone's ready, so we'll get on into this, the next game. And I also just want to say, as we're loading on into this, you guys are blowing it away on the match arena.
How's it looking?
It is looking pretty good. It was our first event with Matcherino, and a lot of you guys are going there to support the players, so fantastic. Thanks so much to everyone for doing that. I'm sure the players really appreciate it, you know, upping the ante a little bit on these matches. I see some guy called Falcon Paladin also as well added on there. But
what?
Here we are. We're at that 1-1, so maybe my prediction could be wrong. Spawning up in the top left-hand side of the map, it's SpeCial.
And spawning in the bottom right. He will not Nexus first here. I'll bet you $1 million it's PartinG. PartinG, don't screw this up.
SpeCial, does he just proxy barracks every game? Is that just the way he plays?
Yeah, especially against Protoss.
All right.
Why not? It's hard to get punished for it.
It is a little bit, yeah. But A lot of other Terrans were like, all right, I'll start building them in my base. Special says no. By the way, I've never noticed a dinosaur bone on this map.
Oh, yeah. No, these are there. They're pretty cool.
I need to spend more time looking at the aesthetics. I've never seen this.
And there's like piles of gold. I think it's a dragon.
Yeah,
I think
must
that's the
be,
intent.
right?
Yeah. With its horde. Some elves and dwarves showed up at a party and took it down. Left the gold behind for some reason.
That is Smaug.
Yeah. It is Smaug. But, again, the hole in that theory is that no party would leave that gold for any reason, so...
So he died a happy old dragon.
Yeah. Died of old age. Or maybe he killed the adventurers and they all died at the same time.
Maybe.
Zoom in there and look for little tiny elf body like bones.
I feel as if that's a story that no one wins though, right?
Right.
I feel
Not
as
a
if
good story to tell.
That would be like some some major you'd take in university in which you learn about the deeper meaning or whatever, and it's like, oh, no one wins and something about greed or whatever, but
sometimes life is dark and meaningless. Yeah. That sounds like school.
Okay.
All right, man. Reaper's like, all right, 2 for 2. Once again, only probes I have to deal with. Let's go. Oh, there's a stalker. Why?
Yeah, I feel like that Reaper, he's probably like, all right, I'm just coming here, coming to do my job, and I'll show up. But then that other guy yesterday had to go and really one-up everyone, so, you know, just getting 4 probes and winning the game single-handedly.
Yeah. It's like his older brother is just outperforming him, and his parents are like, why can't you be like John? John won an entire game by himself against PartinG. Stupid John. So impossible. He just got lucky. Rah, 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 rah. This is the discussion.
Someone should do that. Go on to a Ligalac or whatever and just put John 1-0 over PartinG or whatever.
John the Reaper over PartinG.
Anyway, the game. PartinG.
Anyway, something's happening here. I don't know.
Going up to 3 gates and a warp prism.
I'm down.
Yeah.
Some warp prism blink stalker harassment probably.
Gonna be going for a little bit of that pressure, it would seem. Just that warp prism allows you to hit a bit of an earlier timing than, say, like a blink haul-in or anything like that, and we'll see how that's going to work out for PartinG, because we're probably going to be heading towards that situation in which SpeCial is going to be going for counter damages. It looks like he's planning up a Widowmine drop.
Which is good. Which is not as good as it was back before the Widowmine nerf, but still pretty good.
Yeah, that was a while ago. Terrans will never forget that.
No, it was a good time for Terran. Protoss hated it.
But then they gave it back to us. One of the times
Blizzard was like, Oh gosh, he sees it. He saw that, right?
I don't think so. That Medivac was on the high ground, I want to say.
No.
I think so.
He just crept over the edge a little bit.
Oh.
Oh. Oh my gosh. And then little brother Reaper gets killed by probes. That is
may he rest in peace.
All right, Widowmines are dropping, though. We're dropping, boys.
Oh, PartinG reacts, though.
Oh.
Beautiful pull. And now we can really focus on this aggression onto SpeCial. SpeCial's trying to get out a siege tank, and he has it out now just in time, it would seem. PartinG's stepping forward, though. Got to avoid that tank. Oh, look at that warp prism micro, though.
Yeah, that was beautiful stuff. All right, man. Trying to take down a barracks. Any damage you can find here is going to be great. Really wants to kill the siege. Gets it.
Gets it.
Gets the siege. These SCVs are fighting for their lives right now, trying to tank for the Marines. Just low ground blink, no big deal. Another Widowmine shot, taking down a lot of probes there. It takes all the attention of PartinG to do this up here.
It does,
Keeps
yeah.
Houston Stalkers. There's a Banshee now, which puts out serious damage.
Absolutely. SpeCial still keeping those Widowmines alive as well while PartinG's trying to pressure here, but SpeCial has a bunker and PartinG's Stalker count really was thinned out. So, did SpeCial get the better end of this? Oh, it looks like PartinG kept his observer alive versus that scan. That's a very nice move. That is a painful moment for Terran. Scanning but not getting the observer. And PartinG preparing to transition, it would seem.
Yeah, I mean, if at first they don't succeed, come back in with the Blink Stalkers and Warp Prism, but...
Oh... Those Widow Mines have really been what's keeping SpeCial in this game. He boosts out with that Medivac, keeping them alive still.
Yeah, I cannot believe they're still alive. That should not be possible here.
PartinG's going to be heading north to the harass this mineral line. He knows that he can't break SpeCial anymore, but he still may be able to get a fair bit of damage done with good micro in this Prism. And good micro is exactly what PartinG has. Picking off these Marines. The one tank coming forward, though, actually just annihilating these Stalkers. Oh, no.
Raven on the way here, too. What do we got? 39 to 37 workers. SpeCial has a bit of a lead here. Plus, mules are going to help him have the income advantage for sure.
Oh.
And scouting the double Banshee here with the Observer a little bit luckily.
Yeah, well, yeah, good move there by PartinG in order to be able to see that, because the last thing he can have right now is a few Banshees rolling up and ruining him. They destroy that one Stalker there, but they should have given him a heads up to be prepared for this, but there's still nothing in his main base in order to deal with these Banshees warping in a few more. There we go. Looks like he's been harassing still with this Prism. One Stalker remains here.
The tank's like, I'm not even going to set up in siege mode. You just come down here and take a shot to the face. How about that?
That's almost a little BM by SpeCial. Let's see it, PartinG. Send the Prism in on top of the tank, warp in 4 Zealots, and then just do it. I want to see him do something like that, but doesn't look like that's the case. PartinG going for the more safer
the
transition.
Banshees. Oh, one of the Banshees dies there. SpeCial's attention, maybe not completely where it needs to be. Losing a probe. Nice pick up there by the Banshee pilot. And is she going to scout the creation of the third base here? The throwing down of it. I don't think she's quite going to get it. That information will be not privileged to her.
Oh,
no. There. Nope. Getting chased away.
The information eludes SpeCial for now, and PartinG actually going into disruptors behind this. Okay. Few Stalkers moving across the map.
Yeah, I mean, 3 Stalkers, not really anything to worry about. Oh, Disruptor from PartinG. Interesting decision. Going for the Disruptor here.
Not just Disruptors, but Disruptors in a Warp Prism. That's extra lethal.
Yeah.
And, oh, those Marines are all clumped up. Let's see it. Oh, God. SpeCial. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Marine sees it, dodged. Took down the bunker, but dodged. And now we are in split mode. Now we're just basically playing against Banelings. SpeCial's done this 100 times. He knows how to split versus these units.
PartinG blinks forward. Picks off the Banshee. Nicely done. That's a very, very bold blink forward. SpeCial's still not at stim yet, so that does make dealing with the Disruptors a little bit harder.
True.
I guess PartinG is feeling a little bit behind, though. The fact that he has gone for these Disruptors versus this bio, as it generally is a comeback composition. And we'll see
I don't know why he feels that way. I guess he is down about 15 workers and about 10 army supply.
He's attacking with this, though. Oh, look at that.
Wow, takes out a tank. Gonna get that supply depot, too. Nice pick off supply block.
Wow.
SpeCial here a little bit.
SpeCial, no stim just yet, so the bio is not the best in this situation.
Eddie Marine, you can pick off here. It's going to help immensely in the long run.
Absolutely.
PartinG
PartinG going up the ramp is pretty bold. Disruption Nova goes out, though. Pretty decent connection. And, the bio's been thinned out. Is it enough for the Stalkers to deal with it, though? Disruptor gets picked off. Nicely done by SpeCial. Saving his bio.
Huge pick off. That was massive. Because that hits, and I think PartinG's on the offensive there, but as it stands, he has to go around the other way. Get an SCV, pick off some more supply depots. Going to try to supply block SpeCial further, but it's not going to work, as there's not enough supply here to supply block him. Weird position to fight from PartinG. I don't like it at all.
He's being so bold here. Disruptor gets picked off, though. Overstays his welcome again. Gonna have to save that other Disruptor in the Prism there, but the Prism's gonna get targeted down. It's just Stalkers. Looks like PartinG being a little bit too aggressive there. Taps out, and SpeCial takes the lead 2-1.
Man, it is not often the attacking player loses a little engagement like there and then taps out. That was crazy. I guess he knew he was down. He knew he was down in workers. He wasn't really probing up back home. His army supply was not as good. Stim was done. His Disruptors weren't doing work. He was going to lose everything he had at the front. And that was all she wrote. So great job by SpeCial defending a very aggressive build and aggressive play there from PartinG without Stim for most of it. Gets the win, earns it. And now SpeCial is actually up 2-1. So your prediction is out.
It is
at this
gone.
point. Off the table.
It is gone. I'm pleasantly surprised, though. Dare I say.
Me too.
Close series are what we want.
Yeah, my prediction is still on the table. Still possible here, but man, up 2-1. I didn't see that coming for SpeCial at all. PartinG kind of falling apart a little bit.
Yeah, I guess just would that game really go wrong for him? It's tough to say.
I mean, I think the big problem was that SpeCial was so consistently able to snipe down those disruptors.
Yeah.
He lost the first one, he lost the second one, he lost the prism on the third one, and I think that was it.
If
he keeps those disruptors alive, it's a much different situation.
I guess it kind of depends just on the way that game opened up too. It was sort of the I'm trying to stab. It was kind of like they were just both hitting each other incredibly hard, and I don't know. But PartinG had it a little bit more rough there. Like when PartinG was at the start of the game dropping with that warp prism, and then SpeCial was dropping with the Widow Mines. It was basically them each just getting a solid blow off on each other, but SpeCial seemed to drag his out a little bit longer and get a little bit more value. And yeah, just worked out a little bit better for him. So here we are. We're getting into Kairos Junction.
I love that PartinG is using an account that doesn't have a ranking.
That is true.
It's weird.
SpeCial's using an account called Nara, so...
That's a master's account. Anyway.
Spawning down the bottom right-hand side of the map. It is SpeCial.
And currently down 2-1 and spawning in the top left. It is PartinG.
There goes that SCV. I was wondering if SpeCial was going to build his barracks in his base. That's not the case, though.
Yeah, it's just another one of these fake proxies. In the last game, I think Winged Helix made the point that SpeCial did this and PartinG didn't even bother scouting, so it was kind of wasted. Made me laugh.
Okay, so there we are. Barracks PartinG. We'll see, like, going for that Cyber Core first again. Maybe he should just play reactive to what SpeCial's going for. I don't know. It's tough to say.
Yeah, it seems fine. I don't know, little Zerg style. Little reactive, little defensive. Maybe see what you need to do and then go for it.
I fully have the belief that that's what how Protoss should be playing the game. Of course, PartinG's sort of the opposite of that with how aggressive he is, and he makes it work. But
100% the opposite.
The Terrans are pretty scared as far as going into the late game in PvT, so you can generally expect Terran to be throwing something at you as Protoss. So if you can react to that, you're generally going to be doing pretty well.
Gonna be golden, yeah.
There's that factory for SpeCial. Double gas once again.
Reaper doesn't have much to live up to, as the last Reaper got killed by probes. So, I mean, you can't sink much lower than that. Like in Reaper Afterlife, everybody sits around saying how they died, and the one that gets surrounded by probes and dies is just like slinking under the table. Nobody calling, nobody ask.
Yeah, he sneaks in the back or whatever. Just hood up. Doesn't want to be seen. Okay, now how about for adepts that get killed by Reapers? Same thing, or? Oh, SpeCial microing, but blunders a little bit, loses his Reaper. And, oh, is this Stalker actually going to bully him off his command center?
He's trying. This Hellion doing what it can, doing its darndest.
He is doing his darndest. That Reaper's healed up a little bit now. The Stalker...
Oh, gosh.
Not able to pick it off. Oh, my God. This is hairline micro between these two. PartinG knows that he's got to back off, though. As I say that, though, another Stalker comes on out, and SpeCial's troubles.
Too.
Yeah, SpeCial is nothing else in production. His troubles could just be starting here. 2 Stalkers, a world of trouble for a Reaper and a Hellion. And so look at that. Yeah, it's...
Wow.
Oh, does SpeCial finish the CC?
Nope.
Nope. Oh, dear.
Oh, my gosh. Is he... SpeCial's making a Cyclone, which is going to be good.
But it's so
really
far
good, actually.
out. Like, this is damage. Every second this command center is not finished is damage.
Where are the Stalkers going? They're so worried about a tank or a Cyclone coming out.
They are, yeah, but...
Oh, finished it. Oh, that's huge. SpeCial sneaks the SCV out, finishes the command center. Now it's building. It's not going to get killed by these Stalkers. That was massive. That was huge. And here comes the Cyclone. So 4 Stalkers versus a Cyclone. Good break on that lock.
Oh, actually, no.
Mind. Never mind.
Wow,
no lock
yeah.
on the Cyclone. Wow, he tried.
Yeah, I thought that he'd broken that too. I think everyone thought PartinG had broke that lock on, but he backed in just a second too soon. And wow, losing Stalkers left and right here. Gonna try and engage this Cyclone. Is he gonna be able to get it? Doesn't look like it. And PartinG's early aggression has been shut down hard. If he can pick that Cyclone off, that would be huge.
But the
can he get it?
More Stalkers are coming around, but there's a tank now, and the tank generally signals the end of the Stalker harassment, but no, PartinG says nope.
Maybe not when there's a prism.
Oh, gets the Cyclone.
Look at this. PartinG is just bullying the command center now. This CC is burning, and SpeCial's having to pull SCVs to try and save this. PartinG's got the prism, though. He can micro those Stalkers, but oh, he's losing them to those tank shots, though. And oh, back on this side of the map, Liberator getting harassment done on PartinG's side of the map.
And taking a third behind it. Dang, PartinG. You are looking good. Warp Prism trying to find something to do up there, but there's too many Marines at the top of that ramp. Definitely not. PartinG is going for a Robotics Bay again. A Liberator gets chased away by some Stalkers. After 3 probes go down, nothing too major there, but PartinG's up 41 to 35. Army Supply definitely bigger for SpeCial, but he's on the back foot right now. He's not going to push out with this right now. So PartinG's third base is going to be safe. He's going for a Twilight Council too, and just continuing to probe up. To answer your question, though, I think Reapers that die to Adepts, there's about 6 million of those. So I just don't think it's all that shameful, right?
Yeah, but Adepts that die to Reapers.
Oh, Adepts that die to Reapers.
Yeah, because that's what happened to SpeCial.
How does that... That's true. Yep, that's shameful. I mean, the Protoss Afterlife, whatever that is now.
Do they... See, that's something that I was thinking about the other day. The Protoss are like the biggest religious zealots. Or whatever, like, they've got, like, their whole cult thing going on, kind of.
Well, but then they severed themselves from the Kala, which was pretty much the whole thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what happens anymore.
Yeah,
this is a good question.
Yeah, it's interesting how they're these futuristic aliens, but then they're just futuristic cult aliens. It's...
Well, sure, but belief systems aren't dependent on technology or lack thereof.
Yeah, but, okay. It's just, okay, there's like sort of like a, I'm trying to make a point here. There's like a cross thing in which, like, I don't know. I had a hole in the lore thought up in my head at some point. But it is
We'll get there after this game. But meanwhile, SpeCial is pushing now.
Yeah, but
Colossus out. Extended Thermal Lance is not done, but the Marines are getting chomped up anyway. Goes nom by the Colossus. The tanks shove it away, though. Tanks in siege mode, beautiful. Tanks not in siege mode, not as good. PartinG, his micro is good. He wishes he had Extended Thermal Lance right now, but all he's got is Stalkers.
Yeah, this is 4
short-armed
tanks.
Colossus, and Blink is almost done. Blink's going to be huge, too.
It will be, but blinking on top of all these Marines and tanks, can you do it? I guess PartinG's got to wait for Extended Thermal Lance, but he doesn't want to wait. He steps forward, trades like 3 Stalkers out for a Liberator, and another one rolls up to add insult to injury, and now bunkers being built. We could be seeing SpeCial take a 3-1 lead here with this combat shield tank push.
He could be making us look like fools. So Blink is done. Extended Thermal Lance is done. But the tanks keep rolling up here and sieging up here and getting shots off on these Colossus.
Yeah,
My
even
goodness.
Gateway's going down now, too.
Marines overextending a little bit there, going right into that Colossus fire, which is bad. Losing some gateways.
Here comes in PartinG. He's going for it. He blinks on
Blink.
top. There's so many Marines, though. The Stalkers get annihilated. 2 tanks in the back standing strong.
Gets the Liberator, though. That was massive. Needed to shut that thing down there, too. He's got more Colossus on the way, more Stalkers as well. 2 tanks are remaining. More Marines keep rolling up here, but I don't know the Marines are what you need. I think you need to replace these tanks, but there are none in production.
I believe there's one. No, it's a Liberator that's coming across the map. SpeCial is macroing up behind this. Sometimes Terrans will just completely all in with pushes like this. However, SpeCial, he actually just threw up a third base behind this and has stim and +1 on the way.
Wow, I'm surprised he skipped skim for this long, but...
Yeah, I guess, yeah, instead of going for like a full-on all-in with, like, say, an SCV pull, he's just been transitioning out of this, and he's going to have stim in a few seconds, which is going to make this a lot harder for PartinG. However, this bio is in a bad angle. Those Colossus swipes just annihilate the Marines and Marauders. There's still the tanks, though, which are getting some good shots off. The Stalkers blink forward. That hurts them, and the one Liberator actually keeps the Colossus at bay.
Look at this. SpeCial's going home. Too many Stalkers, too many Colossus. He didn't continually press behind this. He took the third, as you mentioned. But PartinG's had his third for a while, and
he's also got 4 Colossus, which is a serious number when you're trying to deal with it with just bio. SpeCial tries to pick off the Observer, but he can't even. The tanks are just a godsend for him for now, but... yeah, it's just his attack has failed, and suddenly you've got to deal with a Protoss who has 4 Colossus when you've just started making Vikings.
Not great.
Not
great. It
great.
is double pumping Vikings, which is useful.
Yeah, SpeCial got his +1 done, but there's 4 Colossus. These things just annihilate bio. 3 really is the tipping point, and SpeCial has 1 more than that, so...
yeah, I mean, unless it's pure Marauder, it's going to be really hard to deal with. The more Marines, the worse it is for you. And yeah, man, PartinG on the aggression now. He really needs to win. So you can't go down 3-1 versus SpeCial.
Oh, here comes SpeCial. He's coming forward. His Vikings are working away on some of the Colossus. The Marauder's able to push this back. One of the Colossus almost falls.
What is killing probes?
That would
there's
be
a Liberator.
SpeCial getting a nice bit of damage in there with that.
That's what he needs. He needs to start killing stuff. Because I mean, I don't know. He's down 68 to 49 in worker supply, or army supply rather, which is really bad.
Yeah. This is where it could get rough too. A big warp and a Zealots now would charge for PartinG. And the Zealots run right on in. The Vikings working away on the Colossus, but there's not enough of them. One of the Colossus doesn't go down because PartinG saves it, and the Vikings are pretty much gone.
Focusing a little bit there. Warp Prism Micro with the Colossus.
Man.
Is he dodging Viking shots?
He is because he is PartinG, and he has just tied up the series 2-2.
2-2. Yeah, I knew it. I knew we'd get a good series after a couple 3-0s for this final best of 7. That was an amazing game. That was great. I mean, that's the thing about Legacy of the Void is an 11-minute game in Heart of the Swarm just wasn't going to be that interesting usually, but with the starting worker counts, you can have an amazing, good back and forth game in 10 and 11 minutes.
Absolutely.
And it's just as fun as a 20 or 25-minute game can be. It's kind of amazing.
Yeah, back in Heart of the Swarm, it would have been like, okay, they just saturated their third. Or something exactly like that.
We're 11 minutes in. We're on 3 base. Let's start teching up now. Yeah. Yeah, whoever like sat down in a meeting and said, I have an idea, you guys. We start with 12 workers. It just like needs all of the raises. It has improved the competitive aspect of this game immensely.
You know that there was like a big discussion about that too.
Yeah. I'm sure. Somebody proposed it and they talked about it for like a year and a half. But whose ever idea it was, I just feel like needs all of the credit. It's Blizzard, man. They move at the speed of nothing. They're so slow.
You know, like that meme or cartoon in which like the one guy suggests like the logical idea and then he gets thrown out the window or whatever.
Yep.
That's probably how it was for the past 6 years, but they finally came around.
The first guy to suggest it just gets fired instantly. I hope that didn't happen, because honestly, it really helped the sport so much. When I was casting Heart of the Swarm from a replay, I would fast forward for the first 5 or 6 minutes of the game, because nothing ever happened.
I didn't cast back then, but I'm...
Like, there were proxies or cannon rushes sometimes, but man, most of the time it was...
No, yeah, I didn't cast back then. I was like, I can't fill 5 minutes of dead space on my own.
It's so hard. That's
Yeah.
actually why I started doing Reaper names on my channel, was because there was
Oh.
so much nothing going on.
Okay, yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah.
Like, just the amount of time back then in which, like, it would take a Terran to build up enough money to build your supply depot, so then you can wait to build your barracks, so then you can... Oh, man. Anyway,
Yep. Slows you down
speaking
big
of
time.
building barracks and building them out on the map, it's SpeCial. It's going over here somewhere.
Somewheres. Where'd you go, man? And over here is PartinG. Chrono boosting. This is my favorite probe skin. Where the little lasers are orange.
Is it? Yeah. The orange goes really well with the Protoss.
Orange and blue are so complementary. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I think PartinG has just made, like, the best choices as far as a pro can do. That when it comes to picking his skins, like, he's got the Tal'Darim Nexus or whatever. And I believe that's the Tal'Darim Nexus, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And is this the Golden Age extractor, or is this a normal one?
I am not as familiar with the Golden
Or
Age
it's the...
skins.
What are the robots that from the campaign called?
Purifiers?
Purifiers. I think that's a Purifier extractor, I want to say.
Yeah.
And then he's got the Purifier Zealot, which looks absolutely amazing.
My favorite, too. I love that it has the two blades. It reminds me of X-23 from Logan.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, X-20. Well, I actually watched that movie again the other day. That's a good movie.
It might be my favorite superhero movie.
It's
so
fantastic. And then it just builds on top of all the other movies and whatnot, and you're like, wow, this is it. Fantastic
And
movie.
that's the thing, right? It couldn't have just spawned by itself. It had to build on the shoulders of existing IP, but it's amazing regardless. All right, man. Free Reaper time here. Not as long as Reaper John, but still got some time to make stuff happen. One probe is going to go down. Adept shows up.
Oh, two.
Nicely done. Good target firing the wooded ones and dodges the surround.
Yeah, SpeCial. This is how this opening sometimes looks for Terran, just with that proxy barracks. You get the sort of gimme probes. PartinG, he's focused on doing his own thing. I mean, he's going for a proxy Stargate.
He is. That proxy Stargate can be pretty problematic. What does SpeCial have to deal with this? All of his tech is here, by the way.
Nothing. He's building an engineering bay, though.
Look at the Zealot. Zealot hacking away at this wall.
Yeah, does he know? Like, he must know that this is coming, because I've actually cast this sort of situation before. I don't know who it was that was playing, but this happens a bit more than you'd think in TVP.
Oh gosh. Oh, he got the starport down.
Oh man.
Massive. Yeah, I mean, it's what can kill me? Proxy Stargate, so let's prepare for that.
Here comes in the Oracle.
And by that I mean, actually don't prepare for that. We're just going to lose so many SCVs. Too late on the missile turrets. Zealot is inside the house.
Yeah,
the
SCVs
are just running.
Once that missile turret gets finished, though, how does this work out for PartinG? I mean, he's getting up a shield battery so he can hold the top of his ramp.
And missile turret not done. Missile turret not done. Missile turret done.
Oh, PartinG, you got it. PartinG, you got it. The Oracle. Oh,
PartinG,
no.
You can't. Oh, the other one takes some free hits, too.
Oh, and PartinG's gateway gets unpowered and his cyber core without finishing warp gate. Okay, this is hurting.
The Artosis pylon.
That medivac for SpeCial is absolutely huge.
That's one of my favorite things in StarCraft is the animation of attacks going from low ground to high ground. It's just like, whoop. Stalker shots are really funny that way, too. Because it's like this beam of light that just curves in midair. Oh my gosh, he denied warp gate. Is PartinG just dead?
Maybe. I mean, he did a fair bit of damage to SpeCial.
True, he is up 23 to 19 or 16 workers, but
PartinG, I think
he's going to lose a gateway too.
Yeah, I think PartinG needed to throw up a robo or something.
Oh, because his tech paths are all destroyed.
Yeah, but he can't because his cyber core was shut down. So since he didn't beforehand, he's just done. He's got a Phoenix now, so he can try and prevent that high ground vision. PartinG's trying to break this, but this is not going to work. I think SpeCial's got a 3-2 lead.
Oh my god.
The Oracle being healed by the shield batteries is doing some heavy work. Might actually be able to make this hold. Wait, no.
Robes are fighting. Cyclone goes down, but the Oracle dies.
Oh, does that Cyclone get picked off?
Cyclone
yes, it does.
Picked off.
Does Parting hold? I mean,
I don't know. The Adepts are getting picked off here too. The Probes are dying. 9 of them have gone down.
He's going to have 2 Stalkers out in a second, though. And it's still one base to one base, so maybe there's a chance?
Okay, this game is bananas.
I mean, I thought SpeCial had it, but Parting just confident engages 3 Cyclones, those Marines, and somehow manages to stay alive.
Somehow, some way.
SpeCial being a pain with his harassment. Keep in mind, all of SpeCial's production is over the map, so it's not like we can enter a macro game behind this.
Right. Not really going to happen here. What I love is that Parting got punished for building his buildings to block Reaper hop-ups. Like, if his buildings aren't there, it's not as easy to get sniped off, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Now,
that hurts.
Can SpeCial push into this, though? He's got out a tank, though, which is what Terran needs. He might be able to start choking out Parting in that case. But Parting steps to the low ground with all of his stalkers. Is he going to go for it if he just lifts up the tank? Tank gets focused down. And the medivac goes down as well. Beautifully done.
Oh, breaks the lock-on by going onto the high ground. Parting is playing this. Man, I think most other Protoss players on Earth would be dead at this point, but Parting is just playing this extremely well.
And then just the micro and the stalkers just to break the lock-ons. He's engaging the bio, which is a little bit risky since there's so many Marines. He does need to do something, though. Another tank comes in. Okay, this is where it could become a little bit dicey. Parting's looking to step forward, though. Phoenix is coming on in. Is it going to lift the tank? Oh. Parting has forced SpeCial away from his base, though. Squeezed out a few probes, so he's fully saturated off one base. Focuses down one of the Cyclones after it gets lifted up. Another Cyclone almost gets focused down. Parting gets it, backs on out.
Yeah, every tank shot is just weakening these stalkers more and more and more.
The Phoenix, though, just to lift up that one tank seems to be the objective. And what are we looking at? We've got 9 stalkers versus 13 Marines and 3 Vikings. The tank's in there as well. If the Phoenix can take that out of the equation, though, but a second tank rolls up. That's absolutely huge. Parting, he's feeling desperate. Oh,
yeah,
man.
He lifts the tank knowing there's no chance to kill it, just delaying as much as he can. But that's it. The delay is over. 2 tanks show up. It's just stalkers here.
Oh,
they
man.
get a Viking.
He does, yeah. Parting, oh yeah, he may just be stuck now. He's forced to back into his natural. There's just not enough. I think SpeCial finally able to close it out. It was close, but it's just not happening. GG. SpeCial. 3-2 lead.
GG indeed. Holy cow. SpeCial looking good in this matchup where we felt like Protoss is a little bit better. Parting's a little bit better. SpeCial says, nah, nerds. Not today. Gonna be the Dorito with a 3-2 lead, and man, Parting is really backed up against the wall right now, just as backed up against the wall as his stalkers were at the end of game number 4.
Fantastically played though by SpeCial. Just these games today have been fantastic, guys. Make no mistake about that, and we'll see. Can Parting bring it back? Like at this point. Both our predictions are out of the water.
We've both lost. This is why we don't. I don't bet on things, man. My predictive powers are horrific. Sport like ball sports or esports, not gonna happen.
I feel like esports is probably even harder to predict, right?
Yeah.
Like it's just sometimes players show up, sometimes they don't. And SpeCial's showing up today.
Yeah, he's got his game face on. He's ready to rock. He's playing on some alternate account that we didn't know existed. Maybe that's giving him the inspiration he needs to win this thing. Chicken in chat throws out the nice race. Wiki face comment. Callback, man. Callback to the first series.
I was a little taken aback when MC said that.
Yeah, I didn't expect to see that from him.
MC wasn't big in the StarCraft scene when I really got into it, like around 2014, 2015. He was on his way out. Like,
Yeah.
I think I saw him at BlizzCon 2014, which was one of the main events, first events that I really tuned into. And he played a fantastic PvP versus PartinG. But he always seemed like I never expected him to be someone who'd say something like that. I was a little surprised.
Definitely.
Anyway, here we are, up in the top right-hand side of the map. It's SpeCial.
And spawning in the top left here, it's going to be PartinG. And spawning in the middle, it is Amon.
Hey,
There
Amon.
he is. Amon. An important player on this map.
He is.
He makes your flying units go around him.
I swear, guys, he swatted my Medivac out of the air one time, and that's why I lost.
Going for a Widowmine drop and just lost the whole thing.
Can we talk about something here?
Yeah.
It is the positioning of this barracks from SpeCial.
Why there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Why not here? Or here?
What? Yeah. There was that whole thing where I was like, SpeCial proxies all the time. Why not proxy? There's no reason not to.
I think it honestly is the map. Like, it's not that good of a proxy map due to the natural ramp and everything else. So I think PartinG wins this game, I gotta say, based on the fact that SpeCial's not proxying his barracks. He has proxied his barracks in 100% of the games he's won.
That's a good point. You ruined it.
I like PartinG's icon, though. That's like the Heroes of the Storm one, isn't it?
I don't know. Poor Heroes of the Storm. Blizzard's like,
Yeah.
nope, you're not an esport anymore, bye. Wait, what?
That's so... Yeah, it was painful, that
It was
whole
abrupt.
thing. It was. I think, like, I paid attention. I didn't play Heroes for the first few years that it was out, and then I played it casually, and I actually really enjoyed the game, playing it with, like, some friends and whatnot.
Yeah, for sure.
But one thing that I noticed that, like, it was an overblown esport. Like, Blizzard was just putting so much money into it, and it's like, it's getting less viewer numbers than StarCraft, and it's got 5 times the players that you've got to support for teams and fly out to events and stuff. Like, if StarCraft's in a sort of precarious position, where does that leave Heroes? And yeah, I mean, I guess that's just they tried to go too big.
Dota gets and said, maybe we can do that.
Yeah, exactly. And maybe the whole Overwatch thing's a little interesting too. Like, that's they created a big Overwatch league, but is it that big? Like, big enough for what they've established? I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see if they have to do a similar thing to that game as well.
Hallucinated Oracle.
Yeah. Talking about
like
the
it.
actual game here.
Stuff's happening.
Okay, SpeCial moving across the map. 2 Hellions and a Reaper.
And oh my gosh.
PartinG didn't force field, but he could force field, and he does.
There it is. And nice probe body block there. Loses a probe in the process, but blocks him in there.
Yeah,
temporarily.
And,
oh,
look at
the
that.
Reaper.
Oh,
No.
goes down. The 1 Hellion, I don't think it's going to get too much. It will get a scout off. Oh, it
and
actually
again,
won't.
Another
And,
body
look at
block.
that.
Good grief.
1 probe going down. Fantastically done by PartinG. I'm telling you, SpeCial. He didn't proxy his barracks. It all goes down south from there. But it's PartinG throwing up a few more gateways, getting that Stargate on the way. And SpeCial, he saw the hallucinated Oracle, but he didn't see the real Stargate. So he's unaware of that. And wait a second. Those aren't gateways. Those are Stargates.
Hey, look at
Okay,
that.
I assume those were
Tricked
two
us.
gateways because what Protoss throws up 3 Stargates?
Well, I mean, PartinG does, obviously.
Yeah.
Come on, LaughNgamez.
I noticed he went double gas, so he'd have a lot of gas, but apparently that gas is so he can make a ton of Phoenix.
He's triple pumping Phoenix. What?
PartinG says go big or go home. And maybe it'll work.
I mean, hallucinated Phoenix. There's something going on over on PartinG's side of the map there. Is there
a Banshee? Oh, no, he has no
he's gonna
detection.
scout it.
He never
He's gonna
made an
scout it.
oracle.
Oh my.
Oh, God.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Oh.
PartinG trying the unorthodox, but he's getting slapped down hard here by SpeCial. This Banshee, just something he's not prepared for. And look at that. A perfect scout from SpeCial. Ah, this is just terrible for PartinG. This is disastrous.
That is brutal. Eventually gonna run out of energy.
There's the revelation, but oh man, PartinG has got a hill to climb, and another Banshee comes in, but the Oracle used its energy.
And there's no energy for the Oracle.
Oh, there's not another. I think PartinG's just dead at this point. 11 probes have gone down. That's too many.
He can't lose 2 games because he went Nexus first against a Proxy Reaper, and because he skipped detection.
Oh, this is just terrible for PartinG. This is too much damage.
This is too much.
SpeCial is laughing all the way
down.
to the bank.
There's a shield battery, but it's not in position to really help here.
PartinG uses his Guardian Shield. Oh, it's just so hopeless.
And the Banshee's going to run out of energy here eventually.
In 1 second, but oh man. 21 probes died.
It's 53 to 31.
And SpeCial, he's fully aware. He's just making Marines. He's like, all right, you're making a bunch of Phoenix. I'll make a bunch of Marines. He got missile turrets in each of his bases. And, oh my god, another Banshee. Oh no. More probes dying. SpeCial, he's just... 26 probes. PartinG falls below the 30 worker mark. And he has 7 Phoenix versus 23 Marines and a Terran who's going to have Stim soon.
I mean... Let's caster curse this so we get a game 7.
Let's do it. Okay, SpeCial has absolutely got this.
There's no way SpeCial could ever possibly lose. And not in a million years. I mean, sure, the Phoenix are doing some stuff. It's nice.
But they got a lot of... Oh, a stasis ward maybe. Oh!
Okay.
Does PartinG go in
right.
for the lift on these other Marines? Like, it's a fair few there, but no, it's too many still.
No.
Those are +1 Marines, so it is too
and
much.
now combat shield is done too. That's brutal.
Ouch. I mean, the stasis did buy him time, and PartinG's lifting up SCVs. I mean, SpeCial's still completely saturated on his bases. Oh, there goes a Phoenix.
Winged Helix wants to know, what can Terran do against Mass Phoenix anyway? Or which, no, actually the other way. Which build does Phoenix beat?
That is a valid question.
That's a much better question.
I want to say maybe versus like a tank push or something in which
it kind of wrecks Widowmine drops.
Yeah, it absolutely wrecks that. But I feel like PartinG was maybe saying like, okay, SpeCial's going to go for a tank push, but he won't have enough Marines, and then I'll just lift up all the Marines or something. That's the only thing I could think about. But these are stimmed Marines now. Stalkers, it's just, this is rough. Can PartinG
shield
hold?
battery's nice.
No,
but
he doesn't even try. GG.
Dang,
SpeCial,
son.
4-2. We have a new Afreeca World Champion.
We were way off. Congratulations,
yeah,
SpeCial.
It was
though.
a 4-2, so your prediction was right in a sense. It just was the wrong way around.
Kind of closer than yours, I suppose.
A little bit.
Yeah, man. SpeCial comes in here, drops 2 maps, and wins the whole darn thing. Way to go, man.
Absolutely. Incredibly well played by the Terran player. So we've got a new Afreeca World Champion. And thanks so much to everyone for tuning on in today. I know the viewer number dropped a little bit, obviously, since we ran into GSL time, which is... is that
what happened?
Yes, it is what happened indeed. So make sure to go check on that. I'll probably be watching a bit of that after this anyway. That can
Can't
also be
argue.
watched here on Afreeca, I believe. And so yeah, thanks so much to everyone for tuning on in. This was a great Afreeca World. That's our last series. The last game was a little bit underwhelming, but no, some great games all around.
Oh, for sure. Really exciting PvTs. The ZVP was classic true. Saw a lot of Zerglings, didn't do much against parting, but it was entertaining nevertheless. Still wish I could have seen a Nidus, but maybe in next Afreeca World we can get that done.
Absolutely. Yeah, we didn't see a Nidus. That's a valid point. Usually we have a few more Zergs, I think, but no, anyway, for the next Afreeca World, that means we'll invite SpeCial. We'll try and get all the players who never returned, like Rogue and Fantasy, who are still technically undefeated, so we'll try and get them. But yeah, anyway, thanks so much to everyone for tuning in. Make sure to check out Falcon Paladin and I on the YouTube and Twitter. We have both of those, so check us out. It's just our usernames.
Yeah, pretty easy to find. Just spell it right.
And
but yeah, thanks for hanging out. Aki, Winged Helix, Chicken, the English speakers in chat. I would call out some Koreans, but I don't remember any of your lines in particular because I don't speak Korean.
Yes, unfortunately, that's the way it goes. But no, we do have a few regulars who tune into these events now, which is always great to see. And yeah, thanks so much to everyone for watching. Do you have anything to add?
No, that's it. Really great event. Looking forward to coming back and for more. Bookmark this page for more high-level StarCraft 2 action cast by me and LaughNgamez. And yeah, until next time, thanks for hanging out. Really nice to have you on.
Feel free to hit that favorite and star button and one up. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye-bye.